Welcome to my virtual studio. Actually, I'm in my real studio, but it's virtual for you. So I'm going to show you in this little thing, few minutes, how to make a small round bead. So first of all, I used a 1/16-inch mandrel for a small bead, because you will find that if you use a 3/32 mandrel for a small bead, it's very difficult to round it out, and the hole is kind of relatively too large for a small bead. And I'm using black glass because it flows very nicely, especially when you practice. And like a white would be so liquid that it would be much harder to control. And the nice thing is that you can see with black how hot it is. So if it's black, it's cold, and see how it's starting to turn dark orange, and the lighter the orange goes, the hotter your glass is. So what I do is I just heat the bead release a little bit. This one is, I think, a fusion bead release, so you don't have to really bring it to a glow. And then I heat just the tip of the black rod. This is very important, because a lot of people, they heat like a bunch and then wrap it around the mandrel, and already there they have a lopsided bead. So just heat the tip, touch it to the front of the mandrel, and then bring it close enough to the flame that the glass rod, the black rod, is in the flame, but the mandrel is not. So I'm just wrapping it around, taking my time, and the length of your wrap decides like how big and how round your bead is. So this method of wrapping sideways is a really nice way of making a round bead. If you stay on top of the first footprint, then you're going to end up with a donut shaped bead. So I go back, and you see I'm working fairly slow. The mandrel is not glowing. If your glass is too hot, then you will just be shoving it around. So I melt it off, and I'm making another round on the right. And so basically what you do is make a barrel shaped bead. A little bit more, because glass wants to go where the heat is the highest. I'm adding a little bit to the left here. And so if you add the glass in the center, you're going to end up with a slightly donut-shaped bead. If you add the bead to the side, then the glass will slowly melt towards the center, but will stay more of a round bead. So what I do at this point, I move the mandrel back and forth, because that is just the most comfortable way of moving a mandrel, and the easiest on your hands. So now I'm going a little bit closer. The mandrel is getting a little bit of heat, and just go back and forth. And what I'm also doing is I go a little bit right and left. That means that there is heat on the side of the bead, and your bead is going to be round. It's not all going to move to the center. There you go. And then when the bead is kind of evenly shaped, I'll take it out, and I very, very slowly rotate it away from myself. And now the bead is black, and it's cold, and it's done. So that's the easiest way to make a roundish bead. See, it's not like marble round, but it's pretty round. Okay, I hope you learned a little bit from this, and of course I'm looking forward to having you in my virtual studio to do some real stuff, whatever you want to learn. Thank you for watching.